I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, but you don't need new patients. You need to focus on the ones you already have. And this is such a big mistake I see various practice owners make over and over again. And trust me, as a business owner, I get it. I love the thrill of onboarding a new client, building new relationships, learning their specific techniques in the treatment rooms, learning office culture. Plus, I come from a medical background. So basically now I just see things with a different pair of shades on. But even with all of the experience that I have in the medical industry, still nobody believes me when I say this. The second you start focusing too much on new patient acquisition, you start ignoring the patients that you already have. And real practice success, that comes when you find ways to nurture the clients that you already have and get them to come back for more. So now let's talk about a few ways you as a practice owner can increase client retention and get them to come back for more. And at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around, because at the end of this video, I'm going to share my favorite client retention hack with you that my clients love, their clients love. So therefore, I love it. Now, in my last video, we talked about one of the quickest ways, if not the quickest way, to just burn through your marketing dollars. And that is investing in front end marketing, but then you're totally ignoring the back end. So you're investing in paid ads, you have a social media manager, you're investing in email marketing or SEO. Maybe you have a pretty website, but you're just totally ignoring the back end. And I see this happen all the time. And this is where you just bleed money. This is where revenue just straight up slips through the cracks. That's why it's important to have a lead management system in place, a lead follow-up system, whatever you want to call it. And I talked about that in this video, so make sure you go watch it. And you also, because this is very important, you also want to make sure you have internal ways within your practice to get patients to not only brag about you to everyone that they know, like, and love, but to get them to come back again and again and again. That is the goal. That is when you put yourself in a position to launch multiple practices, if that's what your little heart desires. Before I continue, yes, I know, I realize it. I am in a completely different location. Actually, I'm in my living room. I've recorded a video in here before. It's just been a while ago, but I really wanted us to have a conversation. I want us to talk. So I just felt like setting the tone versus me being in my office where I'm in more of like a teaching environment. But if I still feel like I'm coming across as teaching, y'all, I can't help it. It is just in my DNA. What can I say? Now, how often are you upselling? Because you are upselling, right? During the conversations, the consultations, the interactions, you are finding opportunities to upsell. And don't let anybody tell you that that's bad business etiquette. Absolutely not. We are in the business to sell. So upsell. But what I will encourage you to do is just to create a connection first, because connection leads to conversation, then it leads to conversion. So find different ways you can connect with your client and they will talk to you. They will tell you what their skincare concerns are. And then that is an opportunity for you to recommend a product, your favorite product. And if it is your favorite product, you shouldn't be able to stop talking about it. This should be something that you're always talking about. You're always talking about the benefits. You're always letting clients know how you recommended this to another client and they're just having, such a transformation within their skin. That's exactly how I feel about what it is that I do. Like, I love working with practice owners and just helping them totally transform the way they manage their marketing. And I feel like if I'm not on camera every day, or maybe not every day, that's a little stretch, but if I'm not always talking about it, I'm not only doing you a disservice, but I'm doing myself a disservice. So that's how you should feel about promoting different products from within. Now, do you have any rebooking methods in place or incentives for the team? And this work both ways. You can have incentives for your esthetician to make sure she is rebooking. And honestly, that should be a conversation that's had during the interview. They should know that not only are they there to treat clients, but they're there to get the clients to come back. That should be one of their roles and responsibilities as an esthetician. And you can always incentivize them and do the same for your front desk. If they notice that a patient is checking out and they don't already have an appointment on the schedule, your front desk team should be comfortable enough to say, hey, Miss Smith, we noticed you don't have an appointment scheduled. We have this date available and this day available. Which one works better for you? And then she will tell you. And then you can incentivize your team. This can be somewhat of a competition, okay? We love a competition. So make it out of a big deal and incentivize your team each and every time they exceed those goals, because I know they're not going to just hit them. They're going to exceed those goals. Here's another conversation that always comes up, and another role and responsibility for your esthetician. They should be able to identify opportunities for more advanced treatments. If the provider, if you have time, go into the room, talk to the patient, go ahead and build that connection. In most cases, estheticians, they perform treatments that are very low commitment. So for one, they don't bring in a lot of revenue for the practice, and for unless they're like laser certified or something. Again, each practice is different. But in most cases, they perform the low-hanging fruit treatments, the treatments that patients don't need a lot of time to think about. So with that being said, you have to have those conversations just to simply talk about what their options could look like. You can explore more. If you want to learn more, just give them something so that they're not just there to address that skincare concern. And of course, memberships. Now, we all love memberships. Memberships are honestly great for so many different things. Memberships are not only great for retention, but they're also great for increasing brand loyalty and for just building trust overall. You get clients to come back because they're incentivized in some sort of way, whether that's a discount or a kickback or a free treatment, but it gets people to come back. And again, that is what this is all about. I don't want to spend too much time talking about that membership, but this opens up the floor for me to remind you guys about my membership that I'm building for medical aesthetic practice owners who are looking for a marketing partner that they have access to. I'm going to have live office hours, frequently asked questions, webinars, exclusive content. Y'all, I am so excited for this. In my last video, or maybe the video before last, I asked you guys, what should I name it? So the aesthetic inner circle, the cash flow clinicians, or the high value providers. And so far, because I've also polled you guys on Instagram, and so far it seems as though everybody is going with the cash flow clinicians. But for some reason, I feel like that is a tongue twister. Cash flow clinicians. Of course, I can say it now because I'm on camera. But you guys have been asking for it, and the membership is almost here. So if you are as excited about this as I am, go ahead and join the wait list so that you will be the first to know once everything goes live. You can join by just clicking the link in the description box down below. Now, last but not least, as promised, this is one of my favorite methods to increase client retention. We utilize this with all of our accounts and it works. It is a pre-appointment questionnaire. We send it out to clients, but we don't manually send it out. We have systems in place that send it out to clients before their appointment. And this really does so many different things, but the bigger picture of it all, it allows you to create a customized treatment plan that does not only address the concern that they booked for, but it addresses other concerns, and you build a treatment plan for them, and it signals to the client that you care about their overall appearance, and that you're not a one-stop shop. You're not just a place that they can come and they can get discounted Botox and then never see you again. You're creating a treatment plan that's going to get them to come back in the door. Treatment plans work, you guys. They help increase a practice's retention rate by 25%. So if you are not already having these conversations with your clients, take this as a sign to start now. Propose a customized, tailored treatment plan. But again, we don't want to push the sale. We just want to let them know what their options are. We want to load them up with a bunch of content, and we want them to make their educated financial decisions. So here's your takeaway. Stop focusing on new patient acquisition. Focus on nurturing the clientele that you already have. And let me not exaggerate. I'm not saying don't focus on new patient acquisition at all. Okay, duh. We need new patients to constantly flow through our pipeline, but you want to make sure you're focusing more on your retention, on nurturing the clientele that you already have, making sure they have an exceptional experience and that they go out, they tell people, and that they're even incentivized for doing that. You can create a simple referral system. Now, if you want me to do a whole video about creating a referral system, let me know. I think the main problem with referral systems is not creating them, is getting people to manage them and to stay on top of them and to be thorough. That's the biggest problem with referral systems, but they do work. Okay, it's another way to increase retention. Probably should have added that to the list. But anyways, if you learned something in this video, do not forget to let me know in the comments. If you have any takeaways, anything that just like blew your mind, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more marketing and growth gold. And remember, before you go, action takers are money makers. The gold is in the implementation, not the information. And I will see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye for now.